Well, I can officially declare that autism and puberty don't mix. He's started getting spots come through. He's nearly 13 and he's picking at them. So we've had to take him to the doctors to get some antibiotic cream, which of course means that place and the other one as a reward for getting him out the house. In more positive news though, and I am going to credit this to my celebrity vlogger status, it's the only possible explanation, but for the first time ever, Anna phoned up this morning. She's got an appointment for him with his own GP. An appointment, not a sit and wait thing. It was a 4 o'clock appointment. We walked in at 2 minutes to 4. We were seen immediately. We were in there 30 seconds. The doctor listened. He did exactly what we asked him to do. He gave us something to help fix the spot problem. We left, we went to the chemist, we've picked it up. It's only 4:15 and we're already at the church. It's pouring with rain. It did snow a little bit earlier, but it's pouring with rain now. So I'm hovering under a bus shelter to try not to ruin my camera. He has specifically asked now, when we go to the church, it's not enough just to go to the church anymore. Now Daddy has to take his camera so that he can vlog. So expect to see a lot of church on this vlog forevermore, because he's onto it. Yes, it gets the views up, but it does mean that this place is going to be a regular feature whenever I want him to leave the house.
Deep in church.
Should we go home now?
We'll go deep in church.
Another church.
Okay. Another church, okay.
Why on earth did you agree to 2 churches?
I didn't. We just assumed.
This could not have been better timed. Although he did almost just try and get onto the bus. So for those of you who made your funny comments about my parking last time, I'd like to point out I hit the yellow line perfectly this time, which presumably, that's what that line's there for. No, the line's there to show you where to put your tyre. My tyre is on it perfectly. World-class parking. Okay, I'll give you that one. But that other one was spot on. Church number 2, he's already gone. It's finally stopped raining, which means I can actually have the camera out properly. We had a little bit of snow earlier today. Well, I say a little bit, it was probably snowing for a good 2 or 3 hours, but it wasn't settling. Very sad. You've probably heard that story from many people today, unless you're elsewhere in the world and you haven't had any snow today. But if you're in the UK, well, it didn't settle. And now we don't want it to settle because it's Friday now. So the last thing we want is snow for the weekend. Snow for the weekend is a disaster. What we want is very heavy snow Sunday night, so I can't go to work on Monday. That is the desired outcome, but we shall have to see. The car's the other way. What's happening here?
Yeah. Open the door again.
There is a red phone box over there.
No, we've finished now.
One more. Andy's turn.
They're going back in, apparently. So dark in there. I don't know if there's anywhere else in there. I always have visions of when they wander into the church that there's going to be a choir group practicing in there. And sooner or later they're both just going to join the choir. And I'm going to have to bring them to choir practice like 3 nights a week. And nobody wants that. I've had a couple of people asking where I've been filming the vlogs for the last couple of days. Don't be alarmed, I haven't gone and built a fancy TV studio. I've just been using the green screen with a TV studio background on there. What I should probably do is just put a church background on. I should put a church background on there, and that way every episode can be from the church. He'll get to watch the episode every day, and I won't actually physically have to come here. I think that might be how it works. I've just heard the door again, so I think they're coming out. Hopefully, won't need a third go on the door. I don't know why we've had a second one. It's a little bit alarming that this has been a 2 church outing. 2 church outings aren't the norm, but because we did it last week, I am a little bit worried that it might be the new normal, which is something that needs to be dealt with. Because if we let this get away from us, we'll end up having to go to 5 churches every time we leave the house. And there aren't 5 churches where we live. You did what? In the church? You're playing Pokemon Go in the church?
My phone vibrates.
You realise you'll now have to face God's wrath?
He's filming.
What, God?
No, what, you're not supposed Oh, he's moving.
Tim Millard, you are awesome. We won't be saying your Twitter ID on here though, or YouTube, or it's rude. We don't do rude on here. But Tim Millard, thank you. That is very much appreciated. Thank you for my present. Nimona, awesome. You would not believe the amount of I think every Comic-Con I've been to in the last 2 years, 2 years, when did it come out? I have stood at the comic book stand, I've had this in my hand, I've flicked through it and thought, oh, the art in that is really cool. I really like the look of this. Don't really know what it's about though. Sounds a bit porny, but it doesn't look it. It looks really awesome. Maybe next time, and then I don't get it. And what do you know? I now have it. It goes to the top of my reading list. All thanks to you. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. It didn't snow in the end. In fact, let's get back around here so we can get into some light. Of course, it's going to look like you're way above me because it's still on the big tripod. Hello up there. This is what happens when we go for a continuous shot. But you can see the comic book properly now. Nimona! Yeah, it didn't... It didn't snow in the end. Well, it did snow. It snowed for a bit, but not enough for me to come home from work. Apparently it's going to snow again tonight, which means it'll probably be really snowy all weekend, and then it'll be absolutely fine for Monday morning, which, typical, if you ask me. In other news, I've been running lots more numbers with the whole what to do at the end of the year thing. I hinted at this yesterday. Let's explain it now very briefly because this is already a longish video. I now have 3 options for what to do from September. I have continue working as I am. I have going part-time at work in such a way that allows me to do the school runs, which was a very interesting proposition. Clearly someone at my work watches these videos. Or the third option is stop work and be a carer and do all this YouTube and writing stuff as well. I have run the numbers through 2 different websites, and this is where I need your help. Specifically, I need your help if you're in the UK and you claim benefits. It's rather specific, but I've used the 2 big websites that the government website recommends you do to find out how much benefits you're entitled to. I've used Turn to Us and Entitled To. I've run all 3 of those scenarios through both websites. I've done them before Universal Credit, which apparently hits my area in October, and after Universal Credit. On one of those websites, on Turn to Us, it says regardless of what happens, the best option for us financially is for me to stop work altogether and become a carer. The amount of benefits that we'll get for that will outweigh the amount of money I currently earn, which doesn't seem right. But it also says on that website that I'd earn more than I do now by going part-time and balancing it out, which all seemed a bit weird. But on Entitled To, it's flipped the other way round. So, and this one seems to make more sense to me. We'll be slightly better off if I stay working, but it's only a difference of like 150 quid compared to not working, which, bearing in mind this is all going to happen August, September time, I think I'd have increased the YouTube and the Amazon money by £150 a month by then to balance it out. And then obviously have the potential, if I'm doing all this stuff full time, to keep increasing that. Although I do hit a snag with the whole carers allowance thing. As soon as I'm earning more than £110 a week, I think it is, which to be fair, I'm on the cusp of that now with YouTube and Amazon combined. As soon as